I'm going to start by sharing a few of the tools and programs and apps that I need to learn or want to learn. Of course, there's Canva, which I've been dabbling in, so I just need to explore it more. ChatGPT, which has helped me with so many different things, and I'm still learning how to get the best out of it. And there are different models. I have to learn that too. Then there's 11 Labs. I've heard a lot about that because I want to make avatars that talk and walk and do all those cool things. So 11 Labs has been recommended. Of course, there's GitHub. If you're going to build websites with Lovable, it's not absolutely necessary to know about GitHub, but because I want to graduate from Lovable to more complicated platforms, it's best for me to learn GitHub now. And Lovable, which I used to create an app, yay me. But yeah, you can create websites and apps and landing pages and a whole bunch of things that I don't know a lot about. So that I'm learning. And then of course there's email. In order to build a following or to be able to send out newsletters, you need email addresses. So MailerLite is a program for beginners to learn how to do that stuff. So that's another thing I need to learn. And then there's Midjourney. Midjourney, people make great images and videos, as you can see here. And that's also on my bucket list of things to learn. And then there's Supabase. Supabase is the back end to websites. You need to have a database to collect things like email addresses or to authenticate your sign-in pages and a whole lot of other things that I'm learning. And last on this particular list, but not least, is learning all about YouTube. I did manage to put up a few videos, but that's all I've done. It took me forever to do that, so I have to learn how to make a better presence and find out all the ins and outs of YouTube. So, I've got a lot on my learning plate to do. I also want to learn how to create and modify videos in LumaFusion. That's what I've been using to make this video. And I realized that I needed to add that to my list because when I made my recording, the previous clip that I have on here, I listened to my voice and I sound like I was somewhere in a barrel. So I had to learn how to modify the audio so that I didn't sound so lost in a barrel. And as I was doing that, I said, oh yeah, this is something else I'm learning and I really need to keep track of. So add that to the list of my to-dos. By the way, to modify the audio, you triple click on the track and it'll separate the audio. Then you double click on the audio track and that you'll be taken to the configuration page. There is where the magic happens. I don't know how to make the magic happen, but I keep playing with those little sliders until I hear something that sounds a lot better than what it used to sound. I've got a lot of learning to do in that area also. I'm about to get very selfish on this YouTube channel. Many years ago, I started a blog called No Job for Mom. I created that one selfishly also. Why? Well, it's because I was learning a bunch of things, and at my age, sometimes you don't remember things, so you have to jot them down. Jotting them down is fine, but now you have to remember where you put the stuff that you jotted down. So back then, websites were a great way for me to track where I put my stuff. So I created a static website and then I went to a blog. The blog was a lot easier because I could always search whatever it was that I taught myself in the past and forgot. I could always find it. Well, that worked out well for me back then So I'm going to wash, rinse, and repeat, but I'm only doing it this time with newer technology. So a lot of my blog posts, scratch that. A lot of my YouTube videos will be pretty selfish, but I'm sure I'm not the only person in the world that's either learning what I'm about to learn or has issues with some of the things I have issues with. So I figure if I put it out there, I can benefit, and hopefully you can too.